Hello everyone, welcome back to MuleSoft Real-Time project, session number 25. Before going to start the session, just a recap of the last session, which we have discussed. From last session, so we have learned, okay, code optimization techniques, okay, code optimization techniques, and what is target value, and target variable. So in order to overcome, in order to overcome, to avoid input payload, okay, to avoid input payload, overwrite, okay, overwrite, we are going to use these options, target value option. Next we have seen Munit code coverage, okay. This is about previous session. Today's agenda is the security. So what is security? Okay, how to apply security for APIs, okay. So this is very important. Let's go to board, and here we can see, right, okay, this one is completed, email enhancements, cache, Munit. Now only there are two user stories it is pending. Now we are going to talk about security implementation for bank services, okay. This is what we are going to talk about now. Okay, can someone tell me if we have any idea normal meaning, okay, what is security? So normal,
to secure something from someone.
oh, your voice is not audible actually.
To secure the data or something from someone.
Yeah.
That means hiding.
Okay, hiding. Okay, and next, anyone? If you are unable to talk, you can type in a chat also. So what is security normally? So normal terms I'm asking, okay.
Protecting from others.
Correct. This is the exact word, okay. That is what I'm expecting. Protection. So normally, the security meaning is, okay, protection. Okay. So it's not hiding. Okay, this is also partially correct, but security in the sense it's like protection. Okay, being free from threat or hack. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that is also correct. Okay. So being free from threat or hacks. Okay. So now normally, normal meaning, okay. Security. Security. Security is nothing but it's like protection. So in the layman terms, okay, I'm talking about. Okay. But coming to, see, even for your mobiles, you are keeping some security, like, okay, password. It's like 4 digit or six digit. Okay, you are going to keep it. It's like you are protecting your phone. So that is one example, normal way. Another example, it's like suppose you are in a home, you are going to lock your home. Okay, that is called one of the security. It's like you are protecting your home. Okay, so that is, these are one of the examples: mobiles, homes, laptops. Okay, so these are all. But coming to security in the computer language. Okay, coming to security in the computer language. So here we are going to provide authentication. Authentication. See, suppose you have developed one web page. Okay, not web page. Okay, we'll see. So you have Facebook account. You have Facebook account. So you have created an account. So while creating account, you are going to generate username, password. Correct? So only you are the person created the username and password. But if you share your username and password, anyone can log in. Okay, that is the reason you are going to hiding these values. Okay, username and password. So this is called authenticating. Okay, if you want to access from one application to, okay, there is one application. You can assume there is one application. So here we have an user. So he want to access. Okay, he want to access this web page. Okay, he want to access this web page or API or service. Okay, so he need credentials. Credentials is nothing but username and password. So he is an authorized person. Okay, he is an authorized person. Here we are providing the authentication. Okay, so we'll talk about what is authentication and what is authorization clearly. Okay, I'll write it here. Okay, here the security, inside the security we do have two types. One is authentication. This is very, very important for interviews also. Authentication and authorization. Authorization, not caps. Okay, authentication and authorization. So what is authentication here? It's like verifying the identity. Okay, I'll give an example. Okay, first let me write it. Okay, verifying the identity of users, users or systems attempting to access the resources or services. Resources or services. So here again, guys, one example I'll give you. Suppose there is an organization, Vitech. Okay, so Vitech is one of the organization. So here, if you want to enter into your office, so what you need to do? You have to swipe your ID card. Okay, so this is for common. Okay, swipe your ID card. See, that's what verifying the identity of users or systems attempting to access the resources or services. Okay, swipe your ID card. So once the username and password is correct, so that means the authentication is successful. Okay, you can enter. Okay, you can enter into office. Okay, enter into office. Now there is one more example I'll give you. There is a college. Okay, instead of college, I'll keep it as Facebook. So in order to log in into Facebook, so what is required? Login username and password. By using username and password, you are going to log in. Okay, that is called authentication. So before going to log in into this website, okay, or any website you can take. So first it will check your username and password is correct or not. So if it is matching, if it is match, then only you can able to log in. So that is called authentication. Now, what is authorization? Okay, granting appropriate, okay, granting permissions, okay, granting permissions and access rights, access rights to authenticate authenticated users or systems, authenticated users or systems based on their roles. Okay, now the same example I will take. Okay, so if you want to provide, okay, see what is authorization? Authorization is nothing but it's like granting the permissions. Okay, granting the permissions. Suppose you entered into office, okay, so that time you need to provide your access, like you need to swipe your ID card. So once your username and password, it's like your employee ID and card chip is matching, then you can able to enter into office. Okay, that is one example for authentication. Now here you cannot, suppose you want to enter into your ODC, okay, or your cabin. Okay, ODC is nothing but offshore delivery center or development center, or cabin I will keep it. Okay, so again, so for this one we need an access, right? Okay, so we will give this access. So there is a separate person, admin is going to provide the access. Okay, admin is going to provide the access. Okay, now coming to websites. Okay, I'll give you another example. So there is a company website. Okay, there is a company website. There is a company website. So here developer is there, testers, okay, team lead, manager, okay, manager. So if you want to access your company website, so authentication is required. Okay, before enter into website, so what you need to do, you need to provide your username and password. So this is called authentication. Okay, now here what is authorization? Suppose you applied a leave, okay, developer, okay, dev or tester is applied a leave, okay, applied leave for 2 days, suppose for 2 days. So who is going to approve? Your manager. Okay, your manager. See, based on the role, okay, your manager is going to approve, right? Okay, it will go to your manager approval. So only your manager can see, your manager can see, okay, your leaves. Okay, so he can able to access the website. Okay, he can able to access the website, and he is going to, suppose he is going to approve. Okay, he is going to click on like this. Okay, there is a submit button or approve button. He is going to approve. See, because you applied a leave, you cannot approve, right? Okay, so that's what they are telling. So authorization is nothing but it's like granting the permissions and access. See, there are some access you don't have it. So even if you take college, okay, the best example. So in the college, anyone can enter, correct? Anyone can enter. So you are a student, like a BCA or MCA student, okay? So you will go to your class, okay? Up to your class you will go, or BTech, okay? So there are three branches, okay? You can assume. you can enter into your classroom. But we have a principal, suppose we have a principal and HOD. So those guys, okay, it's like they can enter into any rooms, okay, or any classes. They have the rights. They can ask any questions to us, okay, they can ask any questions, okay, something like this, okay. So that is what authentication and authorization. So mainly authentication is going to work for login scenarios. See, verifying the identity of user or system attempting to access the resources or services. So even your laptop, you are going to unlock, suppose. So that time what you will do, you will provide username and password, that is called authentication. So wherever you are going to provide username and password, that is called authentication. Authorization is nothing but it's like granting the permissions. The developer may have some access, testers may have some access, manager have some access. So even I'll show you ADO board, right? Okay, I'm an admin. Okay, so I can add the members. Okay, I can add project members here. I can add the project members. I can create the organization groups. I can create the repos. I can create the own repos. But you cannot create. Okay, you have some limitations. You can create only user stories. Okay, you can create only user stories and you can move the statuses. Okay, so that's it. You don't have access to create repos. These options are disabling. Okay, might be in your case. So that is called authorization, granting the permissions and access rights to the authenticated users. Please aware of this authentication and authorization. Okay, so mostly for the REST APIs, right? Okay, for the REST APIs, we are going to provide the authentication. Okay, this is very important for interviews, so that is the reason I have explained. Okay, now coming to security. So in the normal terms, okay, it's called protection. So here we do have two types of security. One is called authentication and authorization. So verifying the identity of users or systems, so that is called authentication. So the best example you can say like, okay, any website, so login. So anyone can log in. By using login, we are going to provide username and password. If the identity is going to match, then only we can able to see that. And authorization. So even for the same example, right, the Facebook. So there are some groups. So admins only can post, right? Okay, that is called granting the permissions. You do have only read access. You don't have write access sometimes. Okay, so that's called authorization. Okay, now how to provide, okay, how to apply security for our APIs. Okay, that's very important. Just observe now how to apply security for APIs. See, without security, what will happen? Suppose there is a bank. Without security, you can log in into any bank and you can withdraw or you can add the money. Okay, so that's what we will do, right? So that is the reason security plays very most, I mean, it plays very important role. Okay, so even not only in MuleSoft, okay, even if you take any languages or anywhere, if you go anywhere, not only in IT, in all the sectors, okay, you have to remember this. Okay, authentication and authorization. So most frequently asked question this one. Okay, how to explain in the normal words as well as you have to explain in, and you have to give one example so that your interviewer may convey. Okay, now how to apply security for APIs. See, all are interview questions only. Now how to apply security for APIs. So first what you need to do, you need to log in into any point platform. Any point platform. Now go to any point manager. Okay, any point manager or API manager. Okay, both are same. Now So here we need to create an API. Okay, here you need to create an API. How to create and how to apply the security, we'll see it in a practical way so that you can able to understand. Now login into any point platform. Wait is cool. Test. This is for runtime manager. Okay. Let me open one more tab here. Okay. Now go to API manager. Just observe carefully API manager. So here we do have an option called add API. Okay. The first thing what you need to do, you need to click this one, add API, click on add new API. So here, okay, this one flex gateway, it is a new option, it is coming. So here you need to select Mule gateway here. So here we do have two types. So again, there is one interview question. What is proxy API and without proxy API? Okay. So at the end of the class, you will get to know what is proxy API and without proxy API, how it is going to perform. Okay. Now, don't change anything here. Okay. Don't change anything. So what you need to do, you can go to API manager. Again, you can go to API manager, add API, add new API, click on Mule gateway. Okay. Click on Mule gateway. Don't change anything. Click on next here. So here you need to select which API you want to provide security. Okay. Now what I will do, let me try to invoke this lock or unlock. Okay, before this, design for locked accounts. Okay, lock or unlock accounts. This is also design develop. Okay, locked accounts. There is the URL. This is for deposit amount. Okay, let's go to previous sessions. So here we can able to copy. Okay, here we have written, right? Okay, let me copy this link. Lock or unlock. Okay, this one is for lock or unlock. So this is the console. So here if you observe, okay, I want to lock. Okay, I want to perform lock operation for this person. Okay, suppose what are the details we need to provide? You need to click account lock or unlock. Just you need to provide the account number here and the bank name. What is the bank name? ICICI. ICICI. Okay. So it's already unlocked. Okay, let's try to send. See. So there is no security now. Okay, there is no security. Even I'll try it from. This is the requested URL. Okay, this is the requested URL. So even if you want to try it from Postman or Thunder client, Just go and change it. Change the body. See, before implementing the security, just try it. Just try to provide your input. Method not allowed. So this is the this type of method. So it's a put method. Okay. It's a put method. Now we have given as post. Okay. See here, your account is already unlocked. See, whatever it is. So anyone can hit this URL. Okay. So even I'm going to give this one in the chat box. Okay. You can also access it from your computer. Okay. Now, so before going to security, now what you need to do? Go to API manager, click on Mule gateway. So here there are two options. One is select API from Exchange. Another one is for create new API. Okay. You need to select this option, select API from Exchange. So here we need to select for which API you need to provide security. So I'm going to select customer lock or unlock. Okay. Now click on next. So here you need to provide endpoint. Okay. So we have already deployed, right? Customer lock or unlock. Click on this one. Go to settings. So this is your URL. Now copy this and paste it here. Okay. So this is downstream URL. Now upstream. So upstream is nothing but it's like whatever the URL you want to use it. Okay. I want to use the same URL only. Okay. Just do copy paste the same URL here also. Click on next. Next do save. So you can observe here. Now it is the API status is unregistered. Unregistered. So here you can see API instance ID. Okay. Let me write the steps also here. API manager. API manager. Create API and copy app ID. So this is our app ID or API instance ID. Okay, I'll keep it as API instance ID only. API instance ID. So now what is the status? It is unregistered. Okay, just observe here, it is unregistered. So what we need to do? So once we create, copy this one and go to corresponding service. Okay, customer account lock or unlock. Okay, so what you need to do? Go to your service. Okay, go to your service. So make sure what is the port number. Okay, it's going to take it from file, right? Okay, http dot port. Okay, so you have to make it like this. Okay, $http dot port. So it will read from the configuration file. So anyway, we have already created the configurations here. Source main resources. It will read the 8081 only. Okay, don't worry about that. So that is first change. Now go to global elements. Go to global elements. Click on create. So here, auto discovery. See, there is one more interview question. Okay. So what is auto discovery and when you are going to use auto discovery? Okay. Click on API discovery. API auto discovery here. You need to provide that API ID or API ID or API instance ID, both are same. You need to copy paste this ID. here. Now here you can select the flow name. So which flow you want to apply, whether you need to apply for console or main flow. Okay, so I would recommend you to apply for main always. Okay, so what is the main? Okay, these are the changes you have to do it. Okay, this is the first change. You need to add auto discovery. If you go to message flow, see this one is main flow. First it will come to here, and based on your resource path, it will go to corresponding flow, right? Okay, so we need to add. Okay, next one, copy API instance ID. Go to project, global configurations, select auto discovery. Okay, select auto discovery, add the API ID and flow. Okay, this is very important. All the steps are very, very important. Okay, just observe. Now there is one more change it is required. Okay, now what you need to do, you can go to access management. So here we need to copy. Okay, here you can go to business groups, click on Vitech, go to environments. So which environment you are going to deploy? Dev environment, right? Okay, here you need to take client ID, secret ID. So this is very, very important. Copy client ID and secret from access management. So even if your interviewer may ask this question, you have to explain all those steps. Okay, now client ID. So this is our client ID. Copy this client secret, client ID and client secret. Client secret. So you have copied client ID and client secret. Now again, go to project, form.xml we need to modify. Okay, form.xml need to add below values. Okay, below values in configuration section. If you do it for one service, okay, you can able to do it for all the services. Okay, just observe. Go to form.xml. Go to form.xml. So where is the configuration? See here, we have a configuration, Cloud Hub deployment. Okay, so inside this properties, okay, inside this properties, we need to add. Okay, I'll copy paste anyway. Any point dot platform dot client underscore ID. Okay, just keep it like this. Now the same thing, just copy paste and just change it to client secret. That's it. Client secret. Client secret. So here you need to add client ID and secret ID. We have copied, right? So where we need to copy this access management. from access management tab. Access management, you can go to business groups and access management tab. I will keep it. Okay. Copy this client ID. Copy this client ID. Copy this client secret. Okay, that's it. See, what are the changes we have added here? One is auto discovery. So auto discovery we have added. Go to global elements. Go to global elements and create auto discovery. Here we can see, right? Okay, if you want, you can edit here. Here you need to paste API ID and you need to select the flow name, which flow you want to apply. So always better select with the main flow. Okay. So that is one thing. And form.xml. We are going to add these two values. Okay. Configuration under Cloud Hub deployment section. Okay. These are the values. Any point dot platform dot client ID, any point platform dot client secret. So now our changes are done. Okay. Now we can go to your project. So where it is located and deploy your changes into Cloud Hub. So before that, you need to push your changes into repo. See here, git status. Just observe here, there are two changes. One is for form.xml and another for lock or unlock.xml. Okay. So here we have added the auto discover option. Git add dot git commit auto discovery changes. Git push -u origin and paste. Okay. It is successfully pushed our changes into our repo. Okay, let's check. Okay, lock or unlock. So create a pull request. Here we need to select corresponding branch here. See how many files we have modified. Okay. So those things, see here. So whatever it is there in a green. Okay. These are the two lines which we have added here. And one for API gateway auto discovery we have added. So another one is for port. Okay. Port which we have added. Okay. Now required reviewers. Approve and complete. Okay. Then automatically the pipeline is going to run. So as soon as your application is going to deploy, just observe here. Now it is unregistered. The API status is going to change it as active. Okay, I'll write the steps here. Push your code into ADO, Azure DevOps repo. Okay, ADO repo or GitHub or Bitbucket or anything. Okay, so these are all code repositories. Now run the pipeline. Okay, here automatically it will run the pipeline and it will deploy, right? Okay, deploy the code into Cloud Hub. So this is very important. Now go to API Manager, and verify the status. Verify the status. So initially it will be unregistered. It is going to change it as active. Once it is active, we can apply security policies. Okay, once it is active, we can apply security policies. Okay, so again I'm going to explain. Okay, meanwhile, anyway, it is deploying now. It will take some time to get it deployed. So meanwhile, so what are the steps we need to do it for this one? So what you can do is, the very first step, you need to go to API Manager, add API. See here, still it is unregistered. Add API, click on add new API, click on Mule Gateway, click on next. So here we are going to select, suppose you want to provide a security for amount deposit. Okay, you have to select this one, and you have to provide upstream URL, okay, and downstream URL. Okay, this you can copy it from Cloud Hub and click on OK, click on next, and submit. Yes, Discord. Okay, you can able to see API instance ID and the status is unregistered. Now you can go to your corresponding service. The very first thing, you need to add API auto discovery. So here you need to provide API ID and flow name you need to select. Then you can go to pom.xml and add any point.platform client ID and secret ID. So how to generate this client ID and secret ID? You can go to access management, go to business groups, click on Vitech. So here you need to select environments. Okay, under environments tab, you can select your corresponding region. I mean the environment, dev or QA or production. So here you can take it. Okay, click on show and you can copy. And you can add those changes and push your code into Git repo and deploy the code. Okay, let's wait for the deployment. And here also, once it is deployed, you can able to see it is going to active. And now we can see API status is active. Okay, go to your pipeline, see here. So everything it is in a green. Even if you want to verify your API manager or runtime manager, you can go and verify your service. 221 946. Okay, this is not one. Okay, customer lock or unlock. Okay, 2156. Okay, this is the one. So your application is started. So I think here, so we can see this time is like 21:53, right? Okay, correct. So here you can see. Okay, now, so until and unless it is active, we cannot provide security. So before that, before providing the security, just observe, either we are able to access this API or not. See, your account is already unlocked. Okay, we can able to access this. So even you can go to logs. Okay, so if you have any logs, the logs will get display here. See here, already active, account is unlocked. Okay, now the very important step. Okay, in the left hand side you can see API summary, alerts, policies, right? Okay, so click on this policies, click on this policies, click on add policy. So as part of our requirement, okay, so we are going to provide, or we are going to apply basic authentication. Another one is rate limiting, rate limiting policy. These are the two policies we are going to apply. Now first we will see what is basic authentication. So here we can see rate limiting. Okay, see these are the policies it is available. So if you want, you can see here. Okay, there are different categories it will be available. Okay, so everything. Okay, everything. If you want to read, okay, what is message logging? Okay, it will go to documentation. It will go to documentation. So here you can read it out. See, there are different policies it is available. We are going to talk about basic authentication. Basic authentication is nothing but it's like providing the username and password. See here you can see if you are getting 401 means unauthorized. So that is what we have discussed, right? What is authorization and authentication? So from there, normally you will get the message like 401 or 403, something like that. Okay, the status codes. Okay, so in order to apply, we can go to all categories, or what you can do, you can search here basic. If you type basic, so here you can see basic authentication, simple. Just select this one. Just select this one. So here I am going to provide a security. So the username I'm going to keep it as, okay, VA Tech Talks. So password I'm not going to tell you, okay, as of now. Click on this advanced options. See here, if you want to apply for only specific methods, you can select here, okay, get post or put. But here I'm going to select for all, okay. Click on apply. So it's very simple. Applying the policies are very simple. So how to do this? So you can go to policies and you can add the policy. That's it. So when you can apply, so once it is an active status, before that you need to perform these actions. These all actions you need to perform. Okay, this is very important. Okay, I have applied now. Just I have applied now. Now go to Thunder client or Postman. See, I'm getting an error 401 unauthorized. So if I share this URL with someone, okay, you will also get the same message. It's like 401 unauthorized. Authentication attempt is failed because we have applied basic authentication policy, security policy we have applied. So that is the reason. So if you know the username and password, then only you can able to see here. It is asking, hey, can you please provide username and password? See, until and unless if you provide username and password, it will not work. Okay, cool. Here, how to provide the basic authentication value? Click on this auth, AUTH. So here, Vitech talks. Okay, suppose I'll enter some random numbers. Just observe here. See, till we are getting 401. Now I'll enter correct password. See, it's already active. Suppose I'll remove one character, you'll get the 401. So now my password is Vitech talks. The username also Vitech talks, password also Vitech talks. See, keep on, you can modify. If you want, you can modify here. What you can do, that you can go to any point platform. Okay, basic authentication, right? Okay, fine. Now go to policies, click here, edit configuration. If you want, you can modify the username and passwords. Okay, that's how we can apply. Now, as many you want, you can apply the policies. Now, as part of our requirement, we need to apply basic authentication policy and rate limiting. See, basic authentication, you already know. Okay, so you have to provide username and password. What is rate limiting? Okay, we'll see here. Rate limiting. Okay, select this one. So rate limiting is nothing but, suppose you can consider there is a big billion sale in Amazon or Flipkart. Amazon or Flipkart. So normally 100 users were trying for a 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour. So in this scenario, what will happen? For 1 hour, 1 million users are trying to access this website. This website may go down. Okay, it may get crashes. Okay, sometimes. So that is the reason. So here we are going to set a limit. It's like for 1 second or 10 seconds, only 50 hits or 50 people can access my website, something like that. Okay, that we will see now. You will get one clear idea here. Okay, number of requests. Okay, for testing purpose. It will allow only 3. Time period, I'll keep it as 1 minute. See, within 1 minute, this API will allow only 3 requests. 3 requests. So you can able to hit for only 3 times. So what is 3 requests again? See, here we are selecting, right? See, 1, 2, 3, something, right? Okay, see, 4. See, anyone can access this website. Okay, as of now, I'm hitting for 3 times or 4 times. Okay, for testing purpose, I'm going to keep. Normally, we are going to keep some numbers or 100 numbers. Okay, so 100 requests per 5 seconds or 10 seconds, something like that. But here I want to test this scenario. That is the reason I'm going to apply only 3 requests per 1 minute. Okay, advanced options. Okay, no need to select anything. Click on apply. So you can apply and you can remove. Okay, that's fine. Now let's try to hit this within 1 minute. 1, 2. See, after 3 requests, what is happening? You are getting, see, 429, too many requests. Quota has been exceeded. See, until 1 minute. Okay, so within 1 minute, I mean within 60 seconds, it is going to allow only 3 hits. I mean 3 requests. So we'll try for after 1 minute. Again, it will allow for 3 requests. Okay. So that's about rate limiting. So the name itself, it is there, rate limiting. So if you want to study, I mean, you want to understand how many policies it is available. See here, header injection is there, header removal, HTTP caching, IP allow list, block list, okay, JWT, OAuth, rate limiting, okay. So this you can go through this documentation. I'll give you in the video description as well as in the class notes, okay. Now let's try to hit now. See now we are able to see this. 2, 3. Now anyone, I mean, not only me, if anyone is going to access, you will get the 429 too many requests, okay. You will get the same error. Now I want to modify this. So what you can do, you can go to rate limiting here, edit configuration. So I'll accept for at least 30 for 1 minute as of now, okay. So more than 30 requests within 1 minute, if it is happen, you will get the 429 too many requests, okay. So this is very important for even interviews also, okay. See what are the policies which you have applied and can you name them, okay. So you can tell like basic authentication and rate limiting. There are some other things also like OAuth, JWT. So that I'll take separate session, okay. But as for requirement, we have to apply these two and try to practice the same. See, that is also same. See, you can apply policies here. In order to apply another policies, what you can do here, you can go to see JWT validation, okay. So if you want to apply JWT validation, is there any custom action? Okay, these are the things, okay, we have to apply, okay. This we will talk about later. Now we have applied for 2. Suppose I want to remove something, okay. I don't want to keep this policy. What you can do, you can remove here, okay. If you want to remove this policy, you can do this, okay. That kind of flexibility we do have in a manager API manager. So now it will allow 30 requests, I mean within 1 minute, okay. So within 1 minute you can able to hit for 30, I think, okay. So after 30 only you will get the, I think it won't be happen, okay. If 3 persons is going to hit for the same time or 10 persons are going to hit with this URL for 10 times, then you will cross the 30 request. If you don't cross that limit, you won't get any errors here. You don't get any 429 status code error, okay. So as soon as you are doing, you will get this. So this is called basic authentication and this is for rate limiting. Body. So in order to apply policies, you have to follow these steps. This many steps you have to follow. And this is about, okay, let me open API manager. Using auto discovery. There is one more option. There is one more option. We will get to it. So here, right, okay, deploy a proxy application. So here, no need to create any client ID and no need to add any discovery apps, okay. So no need to modify anything, okay. This we are going to talk about in a next session, okay. So what is proxy API? So far we have seen without proxy API, okay. Add new API here. If you click Mule gateway, anyway, first you need to practice this, okay. Connect to existing application basic endpoint using auto discovery. Yep, yeah, that's it for today. We'll see you in our next session. Yeah, thank you.